Awkward waving moment. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Emerald Glitch. I'm your host, Sarah Cornell from Winooski. No, actually, I'm not. I'm Max from Original Box Set, hanging out here with the guys from Alternis, and we're going to be doing some Shadowrun. We're utilizing the Shadowrun 6th edition, and we're playing in the year 2123. The world is a lot worse in this dystopian future, as libraries are nothing more than phone booths, and everything comes in tiny cubes for food. Actually, that's Starfield if you've played it yet. Tiny cube food that's kind of weird. The eggs, they're still runny. How does that happen? I don't know. Anyways, for those of you who aren't playing Starfield, you're probably playing Baldur's Gate 3. Good on you! And that's the only two games in the world right now that you can be playing, other than tabletop RPGs, which is what we're going to be doing. So, what we were doing last time, and this is a recap because it's been 2 weeks, but last time, the players need a spellcaster. They need a spellcaster because they have to find a spellcaster that doesn't like to be found easily, and magic works best to find magic kind of scenario. Let's just go with that. There's a lot more details involved because that person doesn't have a cell phone and they can't really be called. They don't have a mailing address. Maybe you could like Google where to find them. But they need a mage to find a mage. And so they started trying to seek out a mage. They were in luck because they ran across somebody who was a little bit, on the poorer side, might be desperate to make some quick cash because all it is pop into the astral and make, hello, I'm looking for so and so. Spell goes off, person shows back up, bam, it's all good. That's it. It's easy. Or at least it should be. Well, this isn't necessarily a job, but it did go sideways when the group arrived at the location of the person who is the supposed spellcaster, who was, by the way, also a child. It turned out to be someone in relation to Nova's past. Or at least maybe. Nova completely believes, or Nova believes this person is speaking the truth when she says Billy Berserker was her grandfather. And so there was some convincing going on in last session to try to get this novice. I don't think she's novice. I would say she's more like a skilled wage mage, just to pop into the astral and seek out one person. It was kind of going good. It really was. But we might not be starting off exactly where we left off because Max came up with a really fun idea. And probably is going to throw box text at the players that they can't necessarily avoid. The reason this has happened, and my players can thank Christian for not showing up. This is his fault completely. If he had just decided not to go spend time with his family, we wouldn't be doing this.
Honestly, so selfish of him.
I know.
Really, I don't think I could forgive him for this one.
Never gonna live it down. So, before we get too far into the details, the nitty gritty, and the what comes next, there is a prize we normally give out on Thursday nights here at on Gen Con TV for the Emerald Glitch.
So that. Oh, let me actually take that down because that did get swamped out because of our missing guest. We tonight are going to be doing our Shadowrun core rule or 6E core rulebook. So drop a RimPC in the chat if you'd like a chance to win.
Cool.
Not that thing. That's a sneak peek for later.
What is happy birthday, R. Cole? Do you have a mechanic for a birthday advantage? Man, there's a lot in that sentence from macaroni and cheese to unwrap. Thickaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I was about to say you gotta. Oh, there's the RimPC.
I gotta put on my glasses.
Oh, it's your birthday?
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Do you remember?
Oh, snap. We should have been singing happy birthday instead of.
Both copyrighted, I think. I don't know if that's just a
No,
joke
no,
at this
no.
point.
Happy birthday is definitely in public domain. There's no way.
No, no, the happy birthday song that they sing in like restaurants and stuff like that. That's copyrighted, man.
Oddly enough,
Yes.
the happy birthday thong is also copyrighted.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay, there are no happy birthdays in a dystopian future, like in Shadowrun.
They just go birthday, 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 taxes.
Damn.
They are forever.
They just say, hope you have a birthday.
I hope you have a birthday.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Because it's like saying, hey, I hope you live long enough to at least add another number onto that.
That's all you can shoot for in the end.
Shoot for, exactly. um so yeah, we covered the prize, we covered the reason why there's going to be some box text here. I got nothing else other than starting. Okay then. You remember the conversation going really well. You and Steel Tiger were there. She was definitely emotional. The conversation revolving around Billy, it was going really well. But at some point in time when you talked about paying and what you wanted her to do, it started to spiral. And then she started talking about things like, no, this is, I shouldn't, and this is bad, shadow running, criminal activities. And it started to turn into a yelling match. The young woman, who is the teenager, tried to bring her mother back down into some sort of agreeable, because you guys were talking money. Do you remember how much you had offered her? Just to make a quick phone call? Was a number even mentioned?
Yeah, I think it was like 2,000 New Yen.
I think so too. But even after that number was mentioned, even though that's a lot of money, the mom erupted. Anger, violence, realizing that to this linked something from a terrible situation, a terrible past that she had been through, and she just started to crash. She had like an emotional breakdown, and you guys were the target. Now, she could not physically fight you guys, but she verbally assaulted you and kept yelling repetitively for you to leave. As you step out of the apartment, the threat of security being called, like the cops, not necessarily like real cops, but probably like some sort of dude who's got a stun stick, and then that's just going to turn into a mess. The threat of cops being called, you guys stepped out of the apartment and started heading back toward Mama Bear. And when you're what is the conversation between you and Steel Tiger like and the rest of the group as this woman has started losing her cool? She's in the house now. You can hear her in the distance yelling at her child over stuff. Money mostly. Doing things the right way.
Man, that temper really does seem like Billy.
Right? I mean, I heard. Wait.
Oh no, Chris and I are crossing our universes.
I know.
All right. So as they're leaving the scene, Arcole, and you're aware of what's going on because you watch a lot behind Nova's eyes, and you can see like from street cameras and basic icons of the situation in the house. The mother yells at the daughter at some point in time, and some altercation takes place. The daughter goes, and you can see that she's slamming a door to her room. And so there's some. The mother is now in the living room, And from the echoing sounds of all the nearby devices, you can pick up that it's pretty loud. And like even the neighbors have walked out to kind of like knock on the door to see what's going on. But what catches your attention is that the young woman moves around her room for a moment, but then opens her window and starts to climb out onto the fire escape balcony.
And the rest of the group hasn't made it back.
They're now heading down a flight of stairs through the center of the building because
I,
you don't they wouldn't trust the elevator. I don't know. Maybe they would. I wouldn't.
too much technology nowadays. I mean, maybe there's still a
It's the raccoon who's driving the elevator that bothers me the most. Does he have a license for that?
Uh, as they're walking back down, I throw up a red exclamation mark in front of all of their receptors, and start feeding uh, any sense of this happening. Just the fact that she is going out of her
Okay.
window, and it's not too late to catch her.
All right. You guys are aware. By that, what do you want to do?
ST, you want to go intercept?
Uh, Sounds like a plan, and he's going to take off.
All right.
How high up are we? We're in the staircase, right?
You're going from the third to the second at this point in time. And so she's got to go down two as well, and then she takes a ladder to the ground.
Okay. So that he's going to do the whole zigzag bounce thing off the guardrails to each level, and then make his way down a little bit quicker.
Okay. Do you want if you score an acrobatics test, if you can score greater 7 or greater successes, you can be there literally in one round. Every success you miss below 7 is an extra round it takes you to get to the base of the fire escape.
Okay. And you said acrobatics.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have acrobatics. Can I use
Yeah.
athletics?
It should be
You-
under athletics. It's a skill
I
group.
apologize. It is
Oh, okay.
under athletics. I keep forgetting 6th edition did shorten a bunch of stuff.
Sounds good.
Still 7 though. It looks like we don't have any Billy tonight. Kender Mage isn't hanging out. Where did he disappear off to?
No, Billy, he's watching just on his phone. He
Oh.
can't do the whole copy and paste spiel.
All right, he's forgiven. 8 hits. That's way above what I was expecting. So it takes you around, bouncing off walls, down the banisters, a quick spin, kicking in your accelerated reflexes. You quickly dash through a couple of open doors, a backflip, a slide, and as she's sliding down, she's getting onto the ladder, just now getting onto the ladder to start descending. As she gets to the ground, it stops and she's eye level with you, and she's like, "Whoa."
You need a hand? He's gonna like.
Yeah. Okay. She's got a like small tusk-like teeth, so she might be developing orcish traits, but she still has a lot of human-like traits. She's got bowl haircut, all bright orange dyed hair, and she's got a couple of those neon tattoos on her arm of like, "This is my birth sign" and stuff like that. And so when you put her down to the ground, she is in shock as she's trying to get her jacket on. How did you get down here so fast?
Gravity, reflexes. I'm the same as you. I mean, pretty much just climb down the steps.
She takes a gulp and says, "I want the job."
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Take a
my
look
mom's
at
being
that.
stupid by not taking it. We need the money.
Yeah, I can see that, but try not to be too hard on her. She's doing her best.
She just looks at you and goes, "She just turned down 2K for making a phone call. I mean, come on, man. Who zaps out like that?"
I don't know. Parents fuck up their kids. That's what I mean.
And there it is.
Bingo.
You got the one.
And then he's gonna take her around to Mama Bear.
All right. You guys meet up Nova at Mama Bear. The girl has a big, heavy, puffy jacket on. She's got a backpack on as well with stuff in it, and it's not like a small cutesy like backpack. It's got a heft to it, maybe a lot of gear, clothing, travel stuff. Her shoes show her shoes show sign of wear and tear, dirt, either from long use or just heavy use. And she also carries an extra pair of shoes that look clean. You watched when she came down. She carried her jacket balled up and then she put it on. And you think about the rust and the catwalk and everything. Although her shoes look bad, the rest of her outfit still looks clean. So she's putting a little forethought into her appearance and actions. She looks to Nova and says, "My mom was wigging. No one's gonna. I can't zap past that much money."
So, have you done this before?
Yeah, all the time.
For how long?
Call my friends here and there. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Is the cred good?
Yeah.
I just need some place I can crash for a bit. The Mama Bear pops open, and both of the convoys look out.
Please tell me we got him some clothes.
I was about to say the same thing. She doesn't need to see that.
Yes.
Just
The-
a
Okay.
Ken doll.
The synthetic convoy is wearing clothes, and he's Ken enough.
Alright, cool beans.
Um,
Alright, this here's convoy, and then this here is not convoy.
Willie, I think is his name.
Willie
Okay.
responds, "Yeah, it is. Willie, good to meet you." Convoy says, y'all can hop on up in."
Let's go to that talismonger shop. I'm sure it's gonna be like a little safer than us just like finding a place that's not magically protected, right?
Do you have any magical theory knowledge or anything like that?
Nope, just Nova's past experiences with magic.
So that's called a memory test.
Dun, dun.
Look at that. I have a button for that.
At least 4.
Ah, 2. Well, hold on. What are my rolls? Good grief. So I'm going to spend, let's see, if it's 2 edge to turn a 4 into a 5, I'll just reroll my fails.
Okay.
Okay,
5.
so 5 successes.
All right. Yes, you are 100% correct. And there's something called a lodge. You remember it had something to do with like a shield of some type?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what they mean, what they look like, but you know that's a word mages would use. Maybe this young woman knows what that means.
Yep, I think this guy's got a lodge.
Or what?
Magical
Fibonacci?
lodge. Mm-hmm. Fibonacci ravioli. That man.
Fibonacci, yeah.
Okay. Now I want some ravioli.
Oh, ravioli.
But none of that soy stuff. I want the old school with the more meat light substitute.
Fibonacci Yoshiro.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. A quick drive and a jaunt across town. Convoy utilizing Mama Bear's large size to make sure you guys move across town. Do you guys want to do anything in the transition? It's going to take about 15 minutes for drive time.
No, just let our Cole know if he doesn't know already what the plan is. Gonna go across the street to Fibonacci's place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think that was probably a conversation because I'm in the car now with y'all, but I understand the twin convoys taking taking a bulk of the shine, considering that I was probably hiding in the back anyways.
Gotcha. Oh well, then in that case, yeah, no.
Nope, strictly business with this kid. No conversation.
I'm not trying to get attached. I don't want to adopt a soon-to-be orphan or anything. Like that's what it.
Oh my goodness. We
Stop.
signed a little piece of paper and all agreed that children will not die during the game.
No, I said I want a soon-to-be orphan. I'm like, yeah,
Right, so the child's not going to die.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
we're still not gonna adopt her.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Right.
that's the case.
That's just weird. 'Cause
I
she's
know
got
you
a,
guys.
With the death
We kind of need a mage.
but she's got a mom and everything, so you probably shouldn't be adopting a child who already has a parent who's alive.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm aware. I'm aware she's alive
Just to make you
for
sure.
now. Yeah.
Well,
You keep saying that.
so just because now I'm getting worried over all
I
these
need to stress
hypotheticals.
eat. I'm scared.
As we are making our way over there, I would like to go ahead and recycle some of the any camera footage from here to there,
Okay.
so that if I don't know exactly how high up. I don't remember how high up her mother was in this corporation. Not enough to get a promotion, but maybe enough to get somebody after us. So to make sure that she is not seen, I just want to recycle that footage.
3 successes on a edit file.
And what that's hooked to computer, right?
Yes.
So I got a specialization. 5 hits.
Excellent. Yeah, not a problem. Number crunching, button pushing, normal day in the park.
Perfect.
She tries to start idle conversation. Nova, you done said you don't want to make any kind of conversation. Steel Tiger, you going to engage this young woman in any conversation during the ride over?
So, what's your story, kid?
My mom's a psycho, and I don't know my dad. My mom says I'm heir to legend, throne, and I just don't see it. She busts her butt every day, and our skills are so much more valuable. But she just won't let me do what we can do because she's afraid of us. Of she's just afraid. You know, she's got like something else she wants to say. You can see that. She's like, she just cuts it off and says, she's just afraid. So we live where we live, and if it wasn't for the truancy officer, and I wouldn't even waste my time with school.
Well, you have a lot to fear when you're a parent, especially in this kind of world. Uh, it's probably why she didn't want you getting mixed up with us in the first place. Uh, but hey, we all make our own choices, right?
Mwah, that was spot on to what I expect from Steel Tiger. Get yourself an edge for such poetic, like.
All right, yay! I like Edge.
I like Edge too. I liked what you're like, yeah, you know. All right, so she says, I read a book once about powerful religions from long ago where there were not like Christianity where there's only one god, but they had multiple. The Greek gods, and there was one of them the name that I liked a lot, and it was Athena. She was like a fighter, and she was really pretty. And I know that runners use fake names. What's your fake name?
They call me Still Tiger.
That's really cool. Like, I'm buzzing with that. Super
Oh.
whiz, man.
Wiz, is that what the kids are saying these days? What does it mean?
I don't know. Like, it
Why
means
can't
that
you
it's.
use some old school slang like fleek or it was lit or something like that? Something archaic.
That's stuff like my mom talks like.
Well, yeah, yeah. Your mom's still young to me.
Okay,
Still,
so
Tiger, are you trying to adopt?
so she
Oh
will give.
no, I don't want to. No, yeah, I forgot.
She makes eye contact, looks you up and down. You're not my mom's type.
Nope. By all means, yeah. Different strokes for different folks. I get it.
She says, "What's up with the twins?"
And he's gonna kind of like do send like a mental message like, how much are we telling this girl? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Or
Tell
Cole
her
goes,
nothing.
Willie, of course, is part of the conversation, so he's very aware. He does not like immediately jump into his very gregarious responses and greet her. He just smiles. I'm Willie. Nice to meet you. And she responds, "That's your code name? Your street name is Willie?" Like, why? He's like,
Until very
"Oh,
recently, he was walking around naked, so it made
That-
a lot more sense.
That's a need to know basis. Don't worry about it.
this isn't an awkward car conversation planned out by me. Wasn't that the thing from season 1? Awkward car conversations?
Awkward band rides, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought it was awkward silences. It would be better if it were silent. Goodness.
So she then looks over to the podster, our Cole. What's your call? What's your street name?
Only still just half paying attention. He says it's just our Cole. Kind of. Very much not trying to make any too much conversation with the person who he just stalked for a couple days there.
Wow. That's a strange name. She doesn't stop there, but at some point, do you guys keep engaging it? Because she's not necessarily going to stop. Being that like she's 16, she's riding in a truck with complete strangers. Maybe she's a bit nervous.
No, well, plus we still want her to like us. We just don't want to give anything that we don't have to.
Right. I need you to make a memory test, Arcole.
Yes, let's not give this impressionable child the idea that Shadowrunners are amicable folk.
8 hits?
Whew. So during this whole point in time, she has 2 comms on her, and she has a cyber terminal in her backpack, which is school-orientated material. The cyber terminal has been cracked. These are the things you've picked up during this period of time. She is not on her own pan. She has no firewalls up. She is completely open to the real world in every way and aspect, and icons blazing at this point in time. There is at least 5 different malware programs running on one of her comms, and the other comm has one malware program that is a tracking program that has something to do with a video game. These are the things you picked up by just staring at her gear while she's been yapping about names and, her backstory.
Or Cole grips the seat and says, "Stop the car."
All right, Mama Bear comes to a stop.
Oh, what's going on, Oracle?
Her data is firing off like crazy, and we need to get it scrubbed right now.
Okay,
Uh,
do what you need to do. Wave your magical
Yeah,
pet finger.
that sounds like a you job.
Yeah.
well, I didn't think that she would look at corrupt files and eat them up like crazy. I thought that we maybe had a sane person on our hands.
Look,
I mean, you've been a teenager, right? Back in
Steel
my
Tiger
day,
and
we
I
used
could
to.
scrub this and just throw her junk out the window, or you could handle it.
Is all this part of your internal monologue between each other, or is this out loud?
Internal.
All right, then
Out loud.
convoy.
Out loud.
Yeah, she's freaking out about you wanting to throw her shit out in the yard, the road. No, it's mine.
Yeah, well, hey, uh, we can't have you in the van with all this fucking malware and tracking and.
Yes. First lesson about being a crim, you have to turn your things off.
She puts them into sleep mode, or starts to put them into sleep mode. She's not actually turning them off. She's not experienced enough to know. You guys see, looks like she's turning it off. Arcole, you're very aware she's just putting them into sleep mode. It's not an intentional thing. She's doing what she thinks she's supposed to do. Turning them off is a lot more of a complicated action than what she's taking. So either she needs help or you need a teacher.
I'm. Yeah, no. That needs to go completely off. I'm going to show her how to completely power off all of her devices. Uh, it just she needs to know this in general, based
Sure.
on her relationship with her mother. I could see the need in the future to know to power off.
Of course. So we're going to talk about her two devices. We're not the school cyber terminal, but we're going to talk about her two comms. One of her comms, when you go to shut it off, it has that piece of tracking malware that's part of a video game. As soon as you go to shut it off, you tell it to, it goes, "Are you sure you want to close?" And you're like, "Yeah." So you're playing with the icon in the matrix. You're like, "Yeah." And then it goes, "Are you sure you want to close? Because there's a program currently running that needs this to be on." And you're like, "Yeah." "Do you sure you want to turn off the location process?" "Yeah." "Are you sure there's a current person utilizing?" Like, dude, you go through 7 steps on this malware just to get it to finally go into the off mode. But the other device is not funny, because when you tell it to shut off, it goes, "No." It responds with affirmative. "You are not authorized to shut this device off. Only a proper Horizon employee with the required security clearance can turn this device off."
What is the device? What
A
is that
phone.
one?
It's a phone. She has 2 phones, 2 comms. She's not necessarily old enough to have an implant just yet.
Okay.
So she's got hard devices.
She got 2 phones.
One for each sock.
Yeah.
Our Cole is looking over, and does she also does it say only Horizon, or is that just in the Matrix?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's in the no. Okay. I see what you asked. Yes, it is in the Matrix only. This is an icon thing. Only you and anyone else in AR can see, and she definitely doesn't see this.
Okay. Yeah. What do? Do we just check it out the van?
Yeah, throw it
Uh,
away.
I'm gonna share with them and only them uh, that specific information, or I'm assuming that I already have since they're suggesting to chuck it. Uh, that it's just tied to Horizon employees, which is where her mother works, correct?
Correct. It's a subsidiary of Horizon, which is also the same company that she used to have the get her money through. Who used to be the people who did stuff with Billy's movies, who did this and who did that. So yeah.
Delete, delete, delete.
Uh, I would like to maintain at the like a working relationship with this girl, like, so because at the very least we still need a magic user. Uh, so Arcole still holding on to the phone. Actually, Arcole is going to hand it to Steel Tiger, and he's going to go up to her and say, "You can't have this. Why do you have why do you have this? Is this your mother's?"
No, that's the one that her bit job gave to. They give her two phones, and I use that one to keep in touch with her and everybody else.
Ah,
It's just the phone that the company gave us.
Okay, well, we can't take it with us.
Why?
They could see our every last movement. You, if you think that you have a strained relationship with your mother right now, if you could only imagine, we need to get this phone back to where either back to where you're supposed to be, or we're crushing it.
yeah, I've already chucked it out the van.
So as you're making those words, we're either going to take it back to it. The window goes down. All right, it flies out, skitters across the way. Roll a thrown-like attack. If you get 4 successes, it smashes into a building. 6 successes, it lands in another moving object.
Oh, okay. So you said throwing? I don't have that skill. So
It is
Um,
it is
Close combat?
definitely
it'd be like an
combat.
unarmed combat.
Yes, which
Okay.
you should have.
I got 4.
So you hit a building and it smashes.
Boom. Problem solved.
She is in shock that you just destroyed the company phone.
It's okay. We'll come back for all the pieces later when you're done.
Oh man, that was totally whiz.
Would you like some Pocky?
All right, she takes the Pocky, sits down in the seat, and just kind of contemplates what just happened.
Are we good to keep going, Arkle?
Arco's at convoy says, "I haven't stopped driving." Once I realized we didn't need anything.
Reading through those icons, if everything is safe, then
Everything's safe, yeah.
we're all back in the car. In fact, would it be okay to? I'm assuming asking, getting her underneath our general pan so I can, like, if at any point we need to run silent.
She has with her devices off, nobody can do anything to them. There's no tracking. It's all taken care of. They're off. They're just physical objects with no connection to the matrix. She has no cyberware. There's no reason to put any of her devices under the pan unless you just want to make sure to protect her in the future for whatever reason. Like you let her use her device while you're doing stuff. I mean, you can tell that everybody else is like, "No, we don't need that."
Yeah, yeah.
Nova's shaking her head. Steel Tiger's shaking
Step
her
too
head.
far.
Just, I mean, it's a nice thought. Hey, let's put you in our protective bubble. But it's like, kind of like, no. If your phone gets fried, your phone gets fried. Somebody will buy you a new one. When you guys arrive finally at the little parking area down the road from Steel Tiger's tea shop, she's slowed down her question asking. She's reverted to like asking things like, "Are you a razor guy? Is that what you do? That makes her a razor girl. That is so freaking whiz."
No.
Oh my
I
god,
am a
giving
freak
people
hound.
nicknames, that's a whole nother Billy per like quirk.
Researching you guys was really hard, but I think I'm doing pretty good. All right. So you wander down the alleyway. You walk past. Duck sees you. He gives a tip to his hat. Anybody thirsty?
I'm not right now. You,
Gives
you
him.
thirsty? You thirsty there, Athena? And you're
She's
like,
like,
"Wait."
"Yeah." He'll pull out one of his little plastic bags of water and hand it over to her. "Y'all have a great day." And he continues about his way. You make it down to Fibonacci's store. You walk in, you know what you're looking at. The store. Things hanging, symbols here and there, doodads, old green-skinned dude on the far side with face painting, wearing some pretty cool um, garments, chilling out, smoking on his little pipe. She, on the other hand, walks in and she immediately has this whoa look on her face of excitement. And she starts looking around at all this stuff. Fibonacci sits up, looks
How you
across
doing?
at you guys, and then looks to her. I'm doing fine. Who's your new friend?
You don't need to worry about her. We're just passing through. You do have a magical lodge, right?
Rears back, puts his pipe in a specialized holder that looks like two little fat gremlins with their hands up. I might, but just like your friend, and he starts to say something, and then he's like, just like beforehand, there's a cost.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here to pay the cost. We just need her to do a thing and to do it safely. For obvious reasons. So please just tell me what the cost is.
There's a moment where he leans back, kind of scritches his little chin, goes, I see. 50 yen. Door's right there to the left. Gives you 30 minutes. Just swipe your stick by the door, turns on the timer. Lodge is all yours.
I pay for an hour.
All right, so you crank it up, and you crank the knob. You're able to turn it all the way to an hour and whatnot. You open the room. Inside, there is a pad of dirt, a pile of dirt with markings going all around it, symbols and icons that make zero sense to you, but some of you have seen stuff like this, either in other scenarios or on Friends and Associates spell books, bags, and outfits. The smell in the room is very earthy, lots of herbs. He walks up and hands you 5 trays of burning incense and goes, she'll know what to do with these, right? And he's got it on this little tray and he's handing it to Nova. She'll know what to do with these.
A tick. These
Fibonacci.
are reagents.
Athena looks and goes, yeah, I know. I need those.
I hand them to her.
She moves over and begins setting them out and attuning herself to the lodge. It's only going to take a little bit of time. An hour is more than enough time that she needs, and then she's going to be able to make the phone call. And we can deal with that phone call after this break. But
Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols in blood, obviously, that are then coated
Obviously.
and shellacked over so that they don't flake off. That way it can last for centuries. And we use a nice clear coat though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in with the blood. We mix in the iridescent paint, so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
And we're back. I want to remind everything, hashtag RemPC, put it into the chat, and you too can have a chance to get a PDF copy of the Shadowrun 6th edition source book. And you also get a physical copy from Arcole. He'll deliver it to your house. Physically, he'll go there and drop it off
Hey,
in the middle of the night at 3 a.m.
if you subscribe if you put in 100 subs, you got it. You get an entry.
Will you do it like John Cusack?
I'll do it however they want me to for 100 subs.
No, you heard it here.
Hey, I'm gonna help you
Okay,
out right
okay,
now.
wait.
You're on the internet. Don't give them carte blanche.
Hold on, let me check my bank account.
I know, right?
So, if you guys, you can offer bits and what's the other thing? It's bits and.
So subs get you 7 entries to win, and bits give us gifts, and also gives you an extra entry to win for every 100 you send our way. I think it's 100. You give us a NERP, which allows us to roll 3 extra dice. 300 allows for an edge, and then 500 gives us 4 edge.
Bam. And 4 edge is a lot for this game. And I'm going to try to make them burn through as much as we can tonight. So definitely, I mean, if you guys, you don't have to if you don't want to. We're just going to watch them fail as they run out of edge and their skills can't handle it because it gets all tough and whatnot.
Please help me. I'm already edge broke.
Edge broke. Da, 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 da. Edge broke.
I'll give you an edge. I have to spend, what, 2 edge to give you an edge?
Don't do that. That's a poor. That's for desperate times, man.
When we get desperate. Worry about it when we get desperate. So, if you guys didn't know, we were just talking about bank accounts and getting Arcole to hand deliver stuff. Back in the late 90s, Pepsi had Pepsi points, and you basically would open a Pepsi and you'd win something. And those silly guys at Pepsi decided that they were going to put, what are those vertical takeoff and landing Navy jets?
Oh,
Harriers. Yeah, they put a Harrier up for like 10 million Pepsi points. This well-to-do kid and a bunch of his friends decided that we're going to try to see if they can't make it happen. But physically buying that many Pepsis would be more than like the price of the Harrier itself, or just beyond ridiculous. Somewhere halfway through the whole Pepsi point conversation, Pepsi decided to start selling their points for $1 a piece. Or some smaller price than that. And it became valuable enough that these people could spend like $4 or $5 million, and they had it, buy a bunch of Pepsi points, and they would have a Harrier jet. Well, they succeeded in having the points, but when it came time for Pepsi to put up or shut up, they took them to court, as you do in a dystopian future. And Pepsi backpedaled so hard, like, no, here's what we were thinking. Nobody would actually do this. Nobody was crazy enough to believe that this was an option. It was the top of the list. You know when you get that thing, you go to the book fair, you're like, if I buy 5 books, I can get a ruler. Yay! And if you look at the top, it says, if you buy 5,000 books, you'll get a Corvette. It's actually like a little toy car. But you know what I'm saying? People are like, I want to do that. When you put a pyramid, when you put a chance for a reward at the top, people push for it. So...
I would like to collect on my AV8B, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening's Nova Fact was brought to you by Max Romans.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to steal your thunder.
No, hashtag Nova supported. Nova approved.
So, you arrive. It's going to be about 10 minutes. She puts the incense out. She's kind of careful as she's walking around doing stuff. She took her shoes off, and so now she's walking around the dirt pile in her socks and whatnot. And she looks to you guys and says, do you have the person's name on a piece of paper?
Wow, young kid asking for paper. I thought that was out of date.
Yeah, we could do that.
You have paper?
I'm sure there's like little pads for scribbling around this place. Like, it's basically one of them pads of lottery ticket things that's all been torn off, and there's
Oh
one of those
yeah.
yeah.
I love that. Okay, I scribble Icarus on the back of one of those old lottery papers.
Okay, she takes it. Do you have anything of theirs?
Nope.
Okay. She wanders around for a moment in the middle of the circle. She takes off her jacket and she sits down in her street clothes attire, basically, and she begins to zonk out. She sits almost like a meditative way, and she slumps just a little bit. Her shoulders are still a bit stiff, but her head bobs down and her hair hangs down in front of her face. And she's not really gone for too long before she zips back up, her eyes perking open, like maybe a minute, a little more than a minute. And then she opens her eyes, goes, okay, I did it. I put out a watcher spirit, and now it's going to go find Icarus.
Okay, pop quiz. What is the street runner name that you want to use?
Athena, right?
Don't do that. Don't answer the question for her.
Okay,
Oh.
make a memory test before you make that faux pas. That's a faux pas. Your character would know better. Make a memory test. You got to beat. I'm gonna make this one hard. 6 hits on a memory test. Otherwise, you did say Athena. And then
We
if
were
she's
literally just talking
currently,
about it.
but if she's possessed, she passed her test. The possession creature has her.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, you need 2 more.
Well, I have some edge, so I'll reroll. It's 4 edge to reroll, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be edge broke.
Well, I'll start with 5, and you gave me 1, so I still have 2.
There you go. Okay, not bad.
Yeah. So then I'll reroll it.
Excellent.
6.
She, as you ask that question, she goes, Athena, Krim, what are you thinking?
There are scary things that we can't see.
I'm
That's
good.
all I'm gonna say.
I'm good. I got this. I'm not gonna follow my hoop first day.
First day. No, only day. Only day.
She will mutter something under her breath. She mutters something under her breath.
Great. I'm gonna go ahead and roll perception, and I have really cool hearing that gives me a bonus.
I'm gonna put this at she's a teenager, she's probably mumbling. We're gonna make her have at least 2, so you need 3.
No!
And your edge poor. Nah, it's too late.
It's
Still
too
Tiger.
late. We're done.
Yeah, it's over. Still
can I
Tiger.
hear?
Yeah, you heard first day with you.
Oh.
All right. So, she says the watcher's out. She doesn't say that. She stops. She puts her hands out, and she's okay. Now I gotta focus and wait for the watcher to come back. And she puts her hands out like this, and she's just like hanging out.
Steel Tiger's gonna go ahead and like sit in Seiza or kneel down and just kind of chillax while they're waiting.
All right. Any moment now. Any moment now.
Are you talking Arcole?
No, somebody that Arcole knows is messing with them, maybe?
No. Y'all heard me. But it's a cool interaction with OBS where my microphone sometimes doesn't agree with it.
Oh.
Okay.
The drivers in his microphone and the program OBS are trying to utilize the same port for data, and that's a problem.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's got sprites in his computer. It's all
You
it
got
is.
it. You need to sacrifice to the machine spirits. Call your local tech priest.
I'd like to go stand by the pay machine in case we need to add time to this.
Her arms kind of waver a little bit as she's like trying to hold him in position, like she's doing something, like she knows what she's doing, but you can see she's like, oh, come on. It can't possibly take this long. Arcole, Nova's moved by the door. Steel Tiger's got into a chill position. He's just kind of like hanging out. What about Convoy and Willie, by the way? They're still hanging out across the way at the tea shop. So they're nearby, but they're just not on site. Arcole, did you want to do anything while she's waiting, where you guys are waiting for this magical moment to happen?
I don't have anything particular. I'm going to probably just stick by the two bits of muscle.
Got it. During the waiting period, she starts doing, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to go back in and look real quick. And then, or she says, I'm going to peek. And so she stops for a moment, and she does like this moment where she's like, got her eyes closed, and she looks around for a moment, nothing. And she sits back down, and she puts her hands out to kind of like hold them in position. And who here can buy at least 2 hits with a perception?
How many dice do you need to buy hits?
4 for 1.
I can buy none. Okay.
Wow.
So
You would
I have
add
a
I have 3 in perception. Yeah.
I have a dice pool of 11 for perception.
Yeah, so it's your dice pool that you're spending, not necessarily the perception skill. It's perception plus intuition.
Oh, well, then I have 9 in my pool.
So you could buy
I could
Nova,
buy.
you could buy Arcole.
I'll buy.
Yeah.
Could you buy 2? It's your perception skill plus your intuition. Total pool divided by 4.
No, not.
Nope.
I don't believe so.
All right, hang on.
I
let me
don't
go
see where the
look at your
pools
character.
are.
Okay,
What?
so your perception is a 2 and your intuition is a 5, so that's 7. So the answer is no, you can't.
Okay. Just barely.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So what you're looking at is your perception skill. Your rating is 2, and the attribute is intuition. So you take that 2, you scroll back up a little bit to the 5 on your intuition. That's a 7. You would need an 8. So you don't see this, but the hyperly attuned Razor Boy and Razor Girl on either side of you, the sand is vibrating. The dirt is picking up by about 1 millimeter or 2 all around her. Not underneath or within like a half meter around her, but in a circle at the edge. All of it is like vibrating, like there's a bass drum or a bass set bumping nearby. And the outside edges are starting to pick up. She's got her eyes closed and she's got her hand out. Both Steel Tiger and Nova, the hairs on the back of your neck begin to stand up. She seems to become aware at this time. She's like, oh, there's somebody here. And as she says that, there is like a moment where space and time on the other side of the room twists, turns, rips open, and a fog of light spews into the room, coalescing into a sphere of mist, just a little bit into the room. Who calls for me? And it formulates for just a moment into a shape of a man or a humanoid shape after a few seconds when you hear this voice boom into the room. This is a spirit, and for you guys who would know, it's manifesting. Which means it's able to for the magic users, it's able to move through the astral and then step out of the astral.
Okay.
The name is Nova, and this is my crew, and I was told that I should reach out to you for some sins that could get me up to the Emerald City.
The voice wavers, echoes, repeats itself as it speaks. Yeah, yes, I can help you. The Emerald City is very protected. It will cost reagents. I get paid in reagents. Can you afford that?
How many reagents? For 5. 2 of them have to be twins.
2 of them have to be twins.
Mm-hmm.
Seven. Let me do. I was trying to do the math in my head and I failed.
7 reagents? Excellent deal!
I love the Vanna White voice. It feels like every time she uses it, she should be like, a brand new
Turn
car. Excellent deal.
Right. I'm looking. Price wise.
Is there like a 4 for $5 menu or?
I mean, the twins has got to be a discount of some kind. You just change the number up one, right? It would have to be essentially the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
We're gonna
Yes.
need some really, really good sins.
Here we go.
Like, I already have 3 sins. Do I need a sin?
Yeah, it has to have a
Okay.
magical component on it. It has to be a rating 6.
Okay, fair enough.
And this is the guy basically who can help push it to a rating 6. 2, 2, and it's 5. You're going to, and so we're going to discount that. So it's 12.50. There it is. He says you have to have the sins necessary to receive the astral information. And you're going to need to have at least 6,500 new yen worth of reagents to make this happen. Get me those sins. Sorry, he says, bring the sins and 6,500 worth in reagents to Sarah Cornell. She is a professor at Seattle University. I will imprint upon your mage her appearance and a location in which to find her. And the man begins to glow once again and dissipates from the room. There's a brilliant flash of light, and Athena pops back into the room and existence as some spell goes off, flooring her.
I go, no, don't imprint on her! Oh boy.
What's the deal, Nova?
This means second mission, right?
No, I mean, we could still probably go find this lady. She's a professor at Seattle University. We just have to get onto the campus.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's say that this conversation is internal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's so bad about her being imprinted?
She'll know.
She'll know who we're looking for, and she'll probably go looking for this person on her own.
Well, then what? We just get one of those child leashes, so everything will be fine.
You only get those for your own children.
Oh, yeah. Not trying.
Also, orcs have rights.
Oh,
But do children?
Now we're gonna have to give her more money to not get involved in this. Or what do we do? What do we let her get involved?
Like, I could give her a lot of Pocky. Maybe she'll just stay and just like kids like candy and stuff, right?
Oh,
Out of touch.
during this time, we're just assuming that the convoys or the convoy and Willie are like doing like really dumb, crude magic tricks to keep her distracted.
they are not here. She's
Oh,
waking up
never
from.
mind. They're across the street.
They're across the street.
Yeah.
She's waking up from her moment of being hit by a level 6 spirit spell from the astral, caused a little bit of stun, and so she's now like, wow, you know.
How hard do I have to hit? Can you look this up, Arcole? How hard do I have to hit them for them to get amnesia, but to not be like very hurt?
Matrix
Arcole,
perception.
Yeah, the utilitarian Arcole will be okay with this.
You're going to make a matrix perception roll, and we are going to set.
I'm
the
nervous. I don't know. I don't know if I have the edge to do this.
We're going to set the to find this information at a 4 success.
Oh, beauty.
Bam. You find it. It is a logic plus medicine with a difficulty of 6, and you need at least 4 ranks in unarmed to be successful at this. You don't make an unarmed roll, you're making a medical plus logic to make that strike to knock the person out. Specifically, if you do it with unarmed, it goes from being 6 to 8.
You know what, guys? It's not me. Never mind. I don't have that.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm looking through my gear. I think I have some kind of drug that
God, this is us now. We're beating up children.
you're beating
You
them.
suggested it.
Suggested we drug them.
What would Billy say about this?
Billy would have thrown her out the building or something the first time.
He would have just broken her neck.
Yeah.
We're done. Moving on.
Okay. Hello, Athena. Welcome back. How are you feeling?
Oh, whiz, I got hard zapped.
Is Wiz a good or a bad thing? You have to let me know, or like right now. I'm confused.
Thing. Razor boy.
If anything, I would be a razor man. All right, but like I would love to be referred to as a samurai. All right. I'm not hip to all this kid lingo.
Okay. Well, so here's the crud stick with all the money for you. 2K, as promised. Thank you for doing your job. If we need your services any further, we will call you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, could you give me a ride back home?
Yes.
Okay. Convoy will let you know that he does have an alternate vehicle, and he can get it to swing by with Willie or himself, and then he can take her on that way so that in case we have to go in a different direction. So as Mama Bear isn't being occupied and you guys are riding around the back of his trike, he's got a trike or something like that. I've seen his character sheet. He's got multiple vehicles, so.
I would like to slip this kid another 500 new yen and say, you are too tired to continue on. I know that you know what this person we're looking for looks like. We got it from here. Don't worry about it. If you need anything in the future, you can call us. And then I give them Arcole's contact information.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, call him. Like, this is just
Also on their way back, I'm going to wait. So they're on their way with Convoy and Willie.
No, just Willie.
Or just
Willie
Willie.
is.
I can contact Willie. I'm just in well through Mama Bear at the very least. Oh, there goes his mic. Still not going.
Part of the pan.
There we go.
Okay.
I was about to say, now we make the rules.
Oh no! Fix.
Yeah. I'm assuming that he's probably part of the pan. If not, I can contact Mama Bear. I'm gonna ask him to stop on the way back, give him the approximate location to go grab to go scrape the bits of that phone off the ground to get back to her, where it's smashed into the building.
Sure.
So she can at least,
All right.
Maybe have that back, I guess.
All right. Yeah.
I just feel bad that it got smashed while I was telling her that it was going to be okay.
They take care of that. So, what do you guys want to be doing at this point in time? You've got Icarus's information. He says you need to get the necessary sins, and then they can do the magical marking to make them equivalent to make them level 6s.
okay.
Can it be any? Can it be any, or does it have to be level 5 to get to level 6?
It has to be. If you really should have a level 5 to make it a level 6.
I did have one level 5, but that did get used in order to create a convincing spider copy.
Correct, and that was quickly burned and destroyed. So either
Yes.
you buy new ones, get someone to build some new ones, or you just do what Crims do and steal.
Yeah, I have a level 6 sin, and then I have a level 5 sin.
So yours is taken care of. You just get the level 5 brought up to a level 6.
Boom.
I have a level 5 from when I talked to Semper Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that one.
Cool. Arcole, do you have a level 5 that you would put for this, or do you need to get one?
I believe I need to get one.
All right, so we need one level 5. Let me check convoys. We know that Willie does not have one.
Boom.
I do have a level 4, but that's it.
That can be improved.
Oh, okay.
He has a level 6 fake sin. So he could be good already to go in. But it just needs the magical marking put on it. So that he technically has one. But he also has a backup that's a 2. So I'm not sure he's going to want to permanently change this sin for something else just so he can get to Emerald City. Might just need to get him an extra 5. So you're going to need one for Arcole, Willie, and Convoy. Just 3. You guys, the other 2 of you, have what you need.
Boom.
So now you just need to make, buy, or steal 3 sins.
With an expertise in hardware, would Arcole and Gross feel confident? Do you feel like to do something that high level?
To build a sin?
To at the very least upgrade a level 4 to a level 5. Is that?
There's a lot that goes into it, and you're talking several weeks worth of time of. So to kind of flesh it out and to give you an idea, a sin isn't necessarily just a card that you carry with you. It is information stored in databases that are then linked to this piece of data that is then on your comlink. or a cred stick. And so he has a way to gain access to the Emerald City database necessary to put in a specialized magical signature that will allow this sin to get in and out.
Mhm.
Otherwise, your other choice is to apply for citizenship for the Emerald City, and then they take a small amount of your blood. That's it. Just a small amount of your blood.
Oh, no, I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
I think I'm good without that, actually.
Okay.
What time of day is it right now?
I don't remember. Whatever you need it to be.
I
Evening.
think I think it might be time to steal.
Okay. Stealing at least
Um,
3 sins.
what can I find in the area that kind of fits this category? Tech.
Oh no. We don't steal anybody's identity in this neighborhood. I don't want any heat coming back to my tea shop nearby my tea shop. Let's go somewhere else and then steal their identity. Does that sound good?
Completely understandable. I've taken that into consideration.
All right, fair enough. All right.
You start
But yeah, I
searching
like the idea.
around.
I like the idea. Just don't bring them to my doorstep. All right.
Got it. Orcol would like to start searching around, say, like a 10-mile radius from the tea shop. You know, in something around there, or the 5, 10, however far it takes for Steel Tiger to feel safe.
So, again, you're looking for a physical object, or
Oh, fair.
what you
instead
should
of-
be looking for is a connection, somebody else's physical ID that you can put your hands onto, or break into a database and steal a butt ton of data, and then sift through it to get what you need. You know, smash and grab on a database that is one of those cloud servers that contain a bunch of ID information. If you could, that's like the 2 ways you would do it.
Arkol, do you have a fixer?
I don't have any particular hookups. I was locked away for most of my life in an institution. I didn't get out much.
Whoa. Too much info.
Not enough.
Send for Sam's info.
All right, so you give him Simper Sam's number.
Mhm.
It is a matrix address, and a quick preliminary look. It is an intersection of 2 large data lanes, and it is a trying to remember what it was called. A rundown, dilapidated host, still up and running off what looks to be old gen technology. The host flashes in and out of existence every once in a while, and the image of a smiling face is on the outside that has steel teeth. All right, so now you have Simper Sam's contact information.
Well, I have also been witness to part of a conversation that Nova had with Simper Sam, I believe.
Unless you were eavesdropping on me.
Oh, no. You didn't end up calling. Okay. I'd like to go ahead and get in contact with him.
So, as the game master, what is your intent to talking to him? You think he's going to have some sort of magic wand that's going to allow you to have some sins? All right. Let's do this. Do you want to call him utilizing the address, or do you want to go to that location and engage whatever agent, sprite, or persona that might be there in that scary, broke-ass looking host?
Oracle's no good in person, but he's gonna ask Nova. No, how do you feel about this guy, Super Sam?
I like him.
You like him?
He was recommended to me. I like him.
Okay. Um, do you think that I should go see him? Because if so, I could you go with me?
She can't go into the Matrix.
Oh well.
I mean, I'll be right here. I can hold your hand.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
but I thought you were my spider monkey.
Oh no, Arcole, you're being torn between the Razor Kids.
And just like that, he slips into the Matrix. Just body melts onto the floor, and goes ahead and starts making his way over.
All right, arriving at this rather damaged and glitchy-looking host. As you approach, the doors open up, and a mechanical, very digital voice goes, "Hey! Welcome. You wouldn't be here if you weren't looking for a job. Come on in. We've got plenty of posters. Post. You got construction skills? We have holes that need to be dug. This voice echoes everywhere. As you enter, there are piles and damaged bits of data lingering about, files unorganized, busted. There are a number of databases that just look like they're in disarray. Data spikes look like they have shredded everything on the inside of this host, and it's being held together by a very fortuitous sprite who is actively doing, looks like a little spider-looking thing, dashing from place to place, doing welding jobs, trying to hold this host together. A man materializes in the center of this disaster. He is wearing black leather patent shoes, a crisp-looking suit. His hair is pulled straight back into rows that seem more like they are solid objects, and his face has a smile from ear to ear and steel teeth inside his mouth. Hey! I'm Super Sam. It's good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
You're here for work.
Uh,
I have jobs.
not work at this very moment.
Yeah, okay. He shuts the door. With a hand gesture, the doors creepily like swing shut behind you and close, and then fade into nothingness. Let's go to my office. And the room molds quickly and turns into a decor of an old wooden detectives-like office with a fake plant by the door, a desk covered in paperwork and whatnot, the sound of typewriters clacketing in the distance. He walks around the desk, and you're in the front of it where there's a chair. He's like, so, how can I help you?
I was recommended. Is there any chance that I can get some data here?
I've got data. He reaches down and picks up a bucket of what looks to be assortments of files and icons that are damaged. Plenty of data just hanging around. What, do you have a type that you need? This looks like an old edited file that's just damaged. You don't want that, do you?
Based on what our Cole knows, is any of this worth anything to him? Okay.
It's going to take a lot of work to like dig through whatever data is just like scattered about this host willy-nilly to figure anything out. I mean, most hosts are organized and put in a particular order, and they're run by either an agent or some sort of spider or management program, which none seem to exist here. No management, no spider program, no overseer, nothing. Nothing is keeping this thing in any direct pattern that would represent an organized host.
You wouldn't happen to have any higher quality?
higher quality data. Oh! I can find you high quality data. I know people and places, tons of places we can help you. But that's going to cost you new yen. Let's see those cred sticks.
How much are you aiming for? Because I would like enough data to I'm assuming I'm gonna trust Simper Sam on this one, considering that he was recommended. I'm looking for enough high quality data to craft just a rating 5 cent, or rather 3.
You want and then all of a sudden, like, this head does a staticky twist as the icon stretches in both directions. Personalized data. Medical. Yes. And now he looks like a doctor in a suit. Yes. Medical data. Still has the steel teeth. I can definitely help you with this. Let me get up some information. And he turns, and then an icon appears. This Matrix program will help you track down particular weaknesses in some of the local hospitals. There you'll be able to get into some of the mortuaries and find out who's recently passed. Their sins would be a great opportunity for you to do some high-quality data grabbing. Would you be interested?
Oh, sorry. What are they actually offering me here to help out getting into the hospital?
Program will track down weaknesses in medical security.
Yeah. How much?
There's a pause. He freezes. Like, his eyes aren't even moving. Nothing about the icon for Simper Sam moves at all. It just sits there frozen.
Arcold is checking his wallet.
Your wallet's fine. It seems whatever this icon, this persona, has glitched out. It stopped working.
I can't really restart it or anything. Or
My God, he killed Simper Sam.
I don't say that. Don't say that. Before it's an unorganized host, but I still don't want any alarms blaring at me. I think now that I know kind of in the realm of what I'm looking for, I think I'm gonna get out of this fabricated room.
Okay.
And head back to the tea shop for now.
All right, that's just you logging out at this point in time.
Yeah.
As you're getting up, you're stepping away and whatnot. There, you realize that you were sitting in a position. There is a floating icon in front of Simper Sam that says, "Error has occurred. Program is no longer running. Shut program down. Okay. Retry program, or cancel action."
Retry program?
You hit it, and there is a blast of just repetitive noise that has no rhythm to it, but if it did, it'd definitely be some really badass dubstep. And then the beat drops. And then he goes, 350 new yen.
Oh, yeah, so quickly, shoots it over.
Thanks. All right, Bulldog is yours. And a iconic, sprite-looking object appears, floating next to you. It's not active. It just kind of hovers there. You have an agent. It is a level 3 agent. And it's really so Grouse is very high tech. This thing is super low tech. It has one function: find weaknesses and medical security, medical database security. That's it. So when you're utilizing this, you have 4 extra dice to do anything in a medical database. Medical hospital records and stuff like that. This counts as one of the programs running on your cyber deck as well.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank goodness. I thought I accidentally unalived Semper Sam.
He's already been unalived for a little while. This is just a shadow of his existence.
What's
petering
left
out
of
the
him?
last-
That's even
Yeah.
sadder.
Oh, yeah. But he's still good at his job.
You know what? Absolutely fair.
All right. Coming back out of it, you are in the tea shop with everyone else. And no, unfortunately, Nova and Steel Tiger are not standing over you going, no, he's mine. No, he's mine. That's not happening. You are laying on the ground in the middle of the floor at this point in time in your own puddle of drool. Because you literally
Perfect.
went in the Matrix right in the middle of the room or something.
Yep,
Like
I just needed to get out of there.
Steel Tiger and I shook hands over your sleeping body, and we both agreed that that is how you instill confidence in a child.
Yes.
Alright, I come back, I dust myself off and clean the little bits of drool off my face, and I let them know what had gone on with Semper Sam. I wasn't able to acquire exactly what we needed, but we may have a way to do it, so long as we can get to a medical facility.
Any particular medical type of facility we need to go to?
I think mortuary. We need dead people.
Okay. Yeah, you would be the one that starts that info up. Like,
I'm pretty sure it's easy for you to bring up a listing of all the local mortuaries.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like, hey, this one's going to be a better choice. Actually, no, I take it back. You need to describe to me the neighborhood and the type of people that use this mortuary or this hospital, so as I have an idea who these people are. Do you understand what I'm asking?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Think about that on this break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols in blood, obviously, that are
Oh,
then coated
obviously.
and shellacked over so that they don't flake off, that way it can last for centuries. And we use a nice clear coat though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in with the blood, we mix in the iridescent paint so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
like 92 times.
You get to play with us now, which is so exciting. So with channel points, bits, and subscribes, you can give rewards to the player of your choice. So how to do that is, no, not Bob. Channel points, I believe it is 500 points, gets you NERPs, which is +3 to any dice roll to the player of your choice. For 1,000 channel points, you can do a point of edge to any player. And for 2,500 channel points, you can do 4 edge to the player of your choice. Now for bits, for 100 bits, that's $1, you can do the NERPs. For 200 bits, that's $2, you can do the point of edge. Or for 500 bits, that's $5, get 4 edge to give to the player of your choice. And finally, again, the subs, if you subscribe, you can give 4 edge to any player.
No,
Just accept what comes next.
you know, I completely understand that, and
We're here to
relax.
entertain.
I like the cat playing above Max's head.
I've been watching it go back and forth because I have.
Yeah.
Let's go live. Let's do this.
What are you talking about? We're live.
What?
We
Oh
are
my
literally
god!
live.
Why didn't you tell us? Welcome back to another episode of hand wavy time.
Another episode of What's Going On Here.
All right. So before we get jumping back in, I wanted to kind of show off this really cool D20 mold. My wife, this wonderful woman right over here,
Hi.
she does Pure Alchemy soaps, and she's got these giant D20s, and she's going to turn them into soap. It's going to be like a pound of soap. Do you need a pound of soap? Shaped like a D20? Holy crap. Pure Alchemy soap on Etsy. Look it up. Wait a minute. I can just find a link. But while I look for the link, let's see if these guys can find some dead people.
No,
I mean, we could definitely make some.
You're right, you can. You've got the skills to pay the bills.
Oh,
I mean, just saying.
by the way, if you shoot me that link, then I can throw it in the chat. I'm pretty sure you can, anyways. But
I cannot throw it
oh,
in the
okay.
chat.
You can
I'm
shoot it.
restricted. Okay, I can't fix it.
As far as the dead people that we are looking for, I can only assume that we're shooting high class.
Up there soon. Sorry.
Hmm?
Invade your game. I'm gonna have my new stuff up there soon, like my gelatinous cube candles.
Oh,
I
yeah.
literally have a draft of it right now, ready to post.
Bam. Oh, never mind. You already got it. There we go.
Amber's too quick on that draw.
Good deal.
So, fixing something super quick. I can only assume that we're aiming for some, real rich bodies. So, looking through some of the more, some of the higher class areas, he shoots a couple of locations over to the group. Primarily one in Auburn that seems like a pretty good target for all of this.
Okay. Not a problem. Convoy will get Mama Bear ready to rock and roll whenever you guys are ready to head out. So pick a time to head to the hospital.
It is still night. I don't think it would be too much of an issue to be heading out right now, unless anybody has anything that they're trying to prep up.
Just have to wait for Mama Bear to come back, right?
No, Mama Bear's still here.
Oh, I thought they were taking the kid else.
Willie went with a separate vehicle other than Mama Bear to
That's right.
take Athena home.
Yeah.
You guys pile up into Mama Bear and start driving across town. Weaving through traffic in the later part of this night, the windshield wipers flicking back and forth. For the most part, it's a benefit for you guys to be able to see out because he doesn't need them. He's cozied away in his little chair, and the smell of the little air freshener blowing into the cab of Mama Bear kind of makes it a little bit pleasant. It's probably, we'll say lavender. Everybody has lavender in their car, right?
Of course.
Except for those strange people who are like, I want new car smell in my old car. Wee-wee. And there's little to no traffic as you are heading through the areas. You get into Auburn and begin heading toward this hospital that's in part of this more wealthier neighborhood. And he starts slowing down, starts plotting new routes. You guys are watching like it's an active feed in the little map pop-up area for the matrix perception. Is that he starts changing through routes. He doesn't say why he's changing through routes. He's just like looking at a variety of different routes. And he goes, all right, we've got a problem. we've got a poopers. What are those things called? Not a roadblock.
Toll road?
No, where they close the road off and check IDs. Like they're looking for drunk drivers and stuff.
I think it is just like a roadblock.
Okay. And that's what I'll go with. There's a roadblock ahead, and there's the security is checking IDs and stuff. Since you're going into a wealthier neighborhood, he runs the risk of not having his ID pass. So you guys can risk it, or he can look for an alternate route, or you guys can get off and maybe find a different, get out of Mama Bear and find a different way into the city, or different way into this part of the walled city. Like, these are the first three things that Convoy comes up with.
Alternate route. Alternate route.
All right.
Sounds good to me. Well, yeah. So, what's your? By the way, what's your new name there, Nova? If you already have your own sentence.
Yeah, I've got Elio Accardo.
Elio Accardo.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You can call me Hiroyuki Sanada.
Hiro Yuki.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like a very, very old actor. Don't ask me about it.
Hiro Yuki. Okay, got it.
Boy reroutes after a couple minutes, driving away from the main road, begins going down a variety of different locations, and then finally pulls to a stop where it's a roadway, some more warehouse-looking buildings, and a fence. He drives into a nearby parking lot, and he makes some changes, but the front end of Mama Bear makes changes. Not the actual, like, inside of the car or anything. You guys see what looks like some sort of RAM devices. He then drives through the parking lot very quickly, pops the curb, and runs through a section of fence. Through a damaged and kind of fence, drags behind Mama Bear for just a moment or two as he drives through a construction yard, and then plows through another section of fencing that's a gate, basically, popping it open before he slows down, backs up, and pulls the section of fence out from underneath Mama Bear, tosses it onto the side of the road, and continues driving into this walled-in neighborhood. And he says openly in the cab, "We're in."
I scream yeehaw as this is all happening.
He's just gonna chuckle and kind of shake his head a little bit.
Driving for another 5.5 minutes or so, you arrive at Ameria Hospital.
Wait, don't we need to specifically find a set of dead twins?
He said he did the legwork, so I'm going to assume that also meant looking for twins.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've seen poor twins. I can only assume that there are some rich twins in here.
Okay. Cool beans.
The world's population is getting slowly close to 100. What was it at this point in time? 100 billion. So I'm pretty sure there's twins, dead rich twins somewhere. And we're gonna make the assumption that our Cole is good at his job, covers all his bases, and doesn't make mistakes. Oh,
As
damn it.
always. Oh.
As always. I crossed my legs. I figured out what I did. I crossed my legs and I pulled the plug.
What you get for being a lady.
Trying to be comfortable. I'll take it. It's what it is. So, Convoy's going to park you guys in the parking lot. Convoy's going to park you in the parking lot close to the side of the building that Arcole says the mortuary is in. That's what I meant to say.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, what do you need us to do? Do we need to, is this classic? Are we running in and stealing Thins out the possessions.
First,
Or-
I'd like to do. I guess I could have done this on the ride or before the ride, but I do want to do a general matrix perception just on the host of just taking a peek in the matrix.
Sure. There's a matrix, and there's icons. You're done. What's
That's it.
next? Yep. Were you looking for something in particular? Maybe
I just know that
security at the
it's-
hospital?
Yeah, primarily security for the sake of it.
Okay.
Since it's a more rich side of town.
Yeah, you can definitely see that they have some internal countermeasures positioned outside the host for the hospital. That has two hosts. One is which is a public host where people can go and just do the normal thing, and then there's another host that is more the background materials related to the office activities and so on and so forth. Most likely, any of the private data and information is going to be in the more secured host. Since you're outside the building, you're going to have to hack inside that host to do anything, but if you walk in the building and find an unarmored or unprotected jack of some type or a port, you're in. Which is why you drove here.
All right. All right. Let's crash this party.
Okay, you call it. What do you need? What do you need from us?
Get me in.
Get him into the hospital.
Alrighty.
You guys can see
Alright,
it.
let's go.
An ER opening. You can see a fire door off to one side.
I crack my knuckles.
Uh,
This
Arco-
only hurt a little bit.
Yeah, and what's your new identity, Arcole?
Oh, I don't have a new sin yet, but
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
our Cole spider monkeys on Steel Tiger's back.
All right. Hold on. All right, let's go. And he's just gonna walk up to the door and open it.
The emergency room entrance or like the fire escape entrance? Which one? What's the closest
yeah, he's
to?
gonna,
Otherwise, you gotta wander the building.
So there's you said there is fire escape.
There's a fire
Yeah,
escape. Yep.
Let's do that.
It's got a fine-looking glass door, steel, one of those aluminum frames and everything. It's fire exit only.
Okay. He's going to use his grapple hook. It's gonna shoot out his hip, and he's gonna like hold on tight. He's gonna zip up the fire escape.
Sure. All right. You're now on what? Let's say the second floor or third floor. Which one did you want to aim for?
Yeah, I'd probably ask Alcohol. Yeah, what floor do you need to get to?
I only really knew the sides. If
I tell you what. Help us understand. Be creative. I don't care.
I can only okay. So in my mind, it would be. I'm imagining dead bodies, floor 1, security, floor 2, or just where I could plug in and get into the system.
Okay, so you need to be on the second floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, then go up to the second floor.
Not
Kinda
really
peek in
need
the
for a
window.
dice roll for that or anything. And pulling the fire escape door open it's not locked. Because then why would it be? Why would you put a fire escape door that we can't get out? We can't get in. That would be silly, right?
Yeah.
So you're inside the second floor. Ochre brown doors, orange walls have a nice little mix with the colors of the floor and the walls and the doors here and there, and some side passages going all the way stretching down to some elevators. So you guys come in out of the night rain, and about 2 to 3 doors down, you can see from when you're coming in on the right-hand side something that says security sticking out. Like one of them little clear plastic placards. It's also lit, and it says security on it.
Okay.
You finally
All right.
used your word, lit.
Nice.
Nova? Hanging out in the Mama Bear, or are you going into?
Hang out in Mama Bear.
All right.
Boys mission. Look at that.
I'm gonna let you guys strengthen your relationship.
Oh, appreciate it.
There you go.
He's gonna.
Maybe when Arcole has a life, he'll stop peeping into mine.
She shows violence. So, is there anybody patrolling on this level? Do you know, or Cole? Like, are there cameras that we need to worry about?
I would say almost definitely some form of armed patrol, as well as at least a minimal surveillance, which I'm going to go ahead and hop Gross on. Getting
You step into the security room. You're gonna step in the security room, right?
Right.
Plug in. There, yeah. When you guys stepped in, yeah, there's a camera overhead. So you guys walk in. You know you're getting into the camera's view. He should be able to fix that. Walk up. The security room is open, so you step on in. There is like a front area to sit, a bunch of places to do like paperwork and TV monitors. It's kind of small and cramped. There's a desk. And behind the desk, there's another smaller room, which seems to be like the hub of the security for the building, where there's a couple of monitors and some cyber terminals set up for them to monitor different security cameras and stuff like that.
Then go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, and he's gonna cover the door. Make sure no one's come down the hallway.
Okay, so you have the door cracked, and you're looking down the hall.
Oh yeah, just a skosh.
Okay, so real quick, the door itself, the top half is glass, just a nice decorative glass, and it's still got like a metal frame on the outside. So like if you had the door shut, you could still see into the hall.
Oh,
and
okay.
it has like a nice little scroll of gold letters that says security. You've got it pushed. Oh, you got it open just a little bit so you can look down the hall. We say behind you down the hall goes back to the fire exit that you guys came through, and so you're looking down a long hallway, and everything is off to the right. So it's like there's a few doors to the left, but everything is to the right. Like there are offices to the left, and then there's like a little alcove because you're very flush to one side of the building. If you follow what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's like you go, there's a door, then there's a hallway that goes to the right, then there's more doors to the right, and there's a hallway, and then the elevator locations and stuff like that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Got it.
All right.
Once I'm in, I'm going ahead and doctoring up all of our footage.
Sure.
And putting out a small reminder just in case it wasn't there. Masks up. Just in case it wasn't already previously stated. And then I'm going to search through just... First, I'd like to go ahead and see who's all on security right now. How many are we looking at within, this area?
How are you going to find this out?
Through...
I mean, they got to clock in, right?
It's probably a digital clock in, but it's probably like they take their SIN to something like on a cred stick or an ID, and they just tap it into the clock in box. But how do you want to find out who's security right now?
Just through a general perception check, because I'm already in, trying to find a what do they call it? Not a manifest, but
Roster.
Roster. That's the word that I was looking for.
Okay. So you've logged into the computer and you're looking for like a security roster.
Mm-hmm.
Magic perception, difficulty of 2. Our goal begins. Plug it away. Number, button.
6.
Success. There are 6 security guards on duty in the building, and the security company's name is randomly generated. Liberty Protection Corporation. Six people on duty. A bunch of names. I'm not going to generate 6 names of security guards. Don't really care.
Okay.
Can I tell what typical floors or typical punch-in times?
Sure, they're designed. You can see that 3 of them punched in at the same time, and then 2 others punched in at a different time, and 1 followed up. So it's like 2 different shifts of people.
Got it. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and let Steel Tiger know. More than likely, 3 people across this building. Can I see through the cameras currently?
Of course, yeah. There's even monitors you can look through too.
Oh, fair. Can I see any security on this current floor?
No. In fact, the second floor seems to be almost empty.
Okay. And where can I see the bodies?
Alright,
Is
so
that just department? More the actual mortuary. Anywhere that would
so
tell
like
me
you're
dead
using,
body.
so you're bringing up the cameras and starting to look through cameras.
No,
Are you gonna, like, bring
not
up a
through
map?
cameras. But more like a map, like a department.
Okay, that'd be
no.
fine to do. Okay, yeah, that's not hard. We'll say it's in the basement.
Okay.
Because, it's easier to wheel a body in, bring it downstairs, do what you need to do, and it's easier to build ventilation, believe it or not, in ground than it is out of ground, especially when you want to make sure that those large steel boxes are easy to get into the ground instead of... Anyways.
No, it checks out. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot that to both Steel Tiger and Nova, or tell Steel Tiger and shoot that to Nova, where we're looking for anything down in the basement. Can I see any security roaming around on the first floor?
No. In fact, the first floor hallways are pretty much empty as well.
How many floors to this place? We're good. What, like 3?
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Do I see any movement on the cameras through the screens at all for any of the floors?
On what floor?
Well, now I'm looking up.
3rd floor is pretty desolate. 4th floor, you see a nurse. She seems to be in her center cubicle area. She's squat down behind the actual desk area. It doesn't look like she's looking in the cubicle. It's like a circular desk, and she's squat down behind it. And it doesn't look like she's looking into the shelves. It looks like she's behind it, and then every once in a while she leans out to look down a length of hallway. So there's one person.
How about the basement? What we need is in the basement, correct?
Sorry, what's in the basement? I didn't hear what you said.
What? How about the
Security strictly in the basement? If there's cameras down in there?
Oh, is there cameras in the basement? Yes, there are.
Any security going on?
No, there is no security down there. No people either.
All right. Well, I let them know about the creepy nurse.
Sure.
That's the only person that I saw.
Yeah.
But we should go ahead and start moving down to the basement.
All right, Nova, are you going to join them?
Do you guys need me?
You're always needed.
Absolutely. Besides, Steel Tiger's arms are getting tired.
They're not. They have no nerves. No, I'm joking.
Wow, sounds like a lover's quarrel. I will not be attending.
Well, it's just you and me and you. We're going to the basement. That's where we'll
Find dead people.
There you go.
At least
All right.
hopefully a set of twins.
Yeah.
Sure. While Grouse, so you maybe put a dongle into the system so that you're in it, and you can utilize that while you're heading toward the basement to start digging through and finding all the pieces and parts that you need. So Grouse will take his 8 dice and start looking for the 3 IDs he needs. 2 twins, one for Willie and one for Convoy, and one for you. And he'll be looking for people who will match your make and model, or make and appearance, pretty much. Is that pretty conducive to what you would expect Grouse to be doing?
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Just always on the search.
All right. So you guys head down the hallway, get to the elevator, or do you guys want to take the stairs down to the basement?
Let's not trust an elevator.
Okay.
I figure.
Sure.
Do you need me to carry you down the steps?
You don't have to.
You don't have to if you don't want to. Out.
So
Let's
from the
go.
second floor down to the middle of the building to a flight of stairs, and then you begin zigzagging down, and then once you come out of the stairs, it's going to be heading toward more of the middle of the building to where the mortuary sits in the center of the building for the purpose of cooling and stuff like that. Nova, are you joining?
No.
Okay. You guys zig down to the bottom floor of the basement, and there's a security guard on the last flight of stairs, about halfway down, and his head is at the door itself.
Steel Tiger's just kind of like. So he doesn't notice us, correct? He's
That is
about to go
correct.
through the
Yeah,
door?
his head is mostly facing the wall, and the pool of blood from his neck all the way across the bottom half of the stairs and toward the door pretty much gives you the idea that unless he contains some sort of special sensory organs that allow him to see beyond life, he is not able to see you. He has a very weird look on his face too, from what you can see. He does have his gun in his hand-ish, but it's like the hand's not really clasped around it.
I'm gonna put Arcole down, and I'm like, Nova, we've got a body in here.
Yeah, there should be tons of bodies down there.
A fresh one, a freshly made one.
Not by us. Or not by Still Tiger, rather. Obviously it was me.
You guys didn't make any of those
The
bodies
lights
down there.
in the stairwell go out.
I don't understand what you guys are telling me.
I'm showing her my vision through the pan.
The lights in the stairwell go out.
So you're showing her nothing.
As he's on your comm, you see blackness. Do you
It
have?
is literally so dark, guys. I can't see anything. What is happening?
I'll
you turn on
on
your night
my
vision? Okay. You guys hear a door above you open into the stairwell.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my shotgun to toward the stairwell, and so I'm going to kind of peek up the steps. Who's coming?
Perception. You can use sight, sound, whatever.
I'm gonna be cycling through like night vision and heat vision, seeing like
Click, 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 click. Minor action to swap between each, just to let you know ahead of time. So
good.
right off the bat, you've already eaten through your extra attack.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
No heat, and your night vision is. Let's see. What do we got dice wise? So the first one is this is the night vision, or this the heat?
Yes. First is
All right,
night vision.
first is night vision.
And then heat.
Let's do the heat.
No, nada. Got a one.
Arcole.
I'm running for one, and jumping and hiding as quickly as I possibly can, as well as trying to see if I can't detect this person's icon, anything like that.
Do you have night vision?
No, I don't.
You have infravision. Dark vision, light vision, death vision, people vision. Do you have any kind of vision?
I have a flashlight.
All right, make an athletics roll.
Aw, man, he just did some push-ups to get this.
Yeah.
All right, the penalty for running in pitch blackness is 8.
Damn.
Running
Aw, he falls down,
downstairs.
right?
Running downstairs is another -2, and then running through pools of blood is another -2. So you lose a total of 12 dice to your pool.
Oh no.
And
He only had 5.
you critically glitch. This is so terrible for you. So as Steel Tiger begins hearing the sound, the lights go out, you know you're in a situation. You pull out your shotgun, begin flicking through both of them. Click, 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 trying to see what's going on. Arcole shoots past you, doesn't get more than a foot before his toes or his shoe gets caught on the security guard. He then slides through one step, feet go up, head go down, bashes into the stairs, and rolls down. In your night vision, what Nova sees on her phone is like a quick blur, and for just a brief moment, Arcole's face like...
Oh no, it's Alien versus Predator down there.
I'm
on my way, boys.
Arcole going to need a... You're going to take 3... We'll say... No, we're going to say 2 physical damage. Not stunned, because like that is a terrible roll. We're going to do 2 physical damage. So you're going to roll your body versus 2 physical, and you're going to see if you can get rid of that damage.
Just straight body?
Just straight body, that's all you got going for you.
Okay. Just input value body? No, that
right.
was body plus body. No. Oh, still got 3 hits though.
You're fine.
Okay.
You hurt. That hurt. That hurt so much because the back of your head hit the corner of one of those steps, and you are ringing. So, Steel Tiger, you look up, and you see someone. You see part of them. They've moved up to the edge of the steps, on the 2 floors up. And they look over, just part of their face looks over the edge to look down and see you. And they are 2 in this dark stairwell. I need to make sure you understand that they are down on the ground up there because their face is very close to the floor. So here's the floor, and they're just sliding out across the floor to look down at you. In the darkness, without any cybernetics or anything, they're looking through the darkness at you.
Okay, and all I can see is part of their face.
Part of their face. Do you want to take a pot shot at this person that just appeared and crawling around on the ground all creep-like?
No.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna just randomly shoot at an eyeball. But
all right. Well, they pull back away from the edge. They finish their action by leaping from where they're at over the railing and then landing, swinging to the underside of the ceiling part of the stairs and crawling across the ceiling and out of view, coming down towards you.
Okay.
Maybe you should have shot it.
You now have a chance while it's jumping across the opening, if you want to take a reactionary shot at Mr. Spider-Man.
Yes, this is what I would let fly. So yeah, I'm on my shotgun, not the rifle.
All right.
Ooh. Got 4 hits.
You did. He got 3 to dodge, so 1 success. 6 damage. By the way, we always seem to forget the attack versus defense shenanigan for this. And he has a 12 on his defense. What's your attack at near?
At near 15.
So yeah, you have edge from that, and I'll give you edge also because of your night vision goggles. So you've got 2 edge there.
Sweet.
So 6 damage.
So I would like to. So those 2 edge put me up to a 4. I'm going to re-roll misses because only
Do it.
4 hits on 20 dice
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
12 in total. All right. So 9 plus 5 is 14. Are you firing scatter shot, solid slug, phase in, phase out? What kind of round are you firing?
I'm firing EX. That's what
All right.
Yeah.
Gonna drop his bod to see if he can soak some of it. Nope. 8 straight to whoever this is. You venerate them as they fly across the opening, grabbing the ceiling. You venerate their lower half, sending their legs sailing back across the opening, spraying blood and gore down beneath you. A fiery blast shooting up past this person, separating him into pieces and illuminating the next 5 levels up, showing that there are other people in the darkness looking down at you as their eyes glisten back towards you, and they all start climbing over the railing and heading down.
Yeah, let's go. He's gonna.
The cameras
back
in this
down.
building point toward the ground.
They point toward the ground. Is that
Every
right?
camera in this building points toward the ground. These people are not on the ground.
Gotcha.
All right. Nova, are you running toward the emergency exit door, which is nearby? Or are you going to head toward the ER door, which is closer to the center of the building, to where the stairs are at that lead downstairs, as well as the elevator? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna run to the ER, and while I'm doing so, I ask for what's going on.
We got some weird wall crawler mother lovers trying to jump us in the stairwell. I watched the gore if you come down the steps. I did kind of blow one's legs off, but
Wall crawlers, like spiders?
yeah, like spiders or even ants can wall crawl if you really think about it. Like pretty
I
much.
don't think you have the
inside-
time for this conversation, really. We probably need to cut it at this point in time. Nova, as you're rushing toward the ER opening, the emergency van, the EMT van that's been sitting here for some time, as you come up alongside of it, you notice that the passenger door is open and the van is running. The side is slid open, and inside of the van, there's a dude laying face down in the van. Do you keep running into the building?
Oh, I flip him over.
All right. He has marks in his neck.
Like
Dun, dun, dun.
punctures?
Yes.
Boys don't get bit.
Yeah, not without dinner first, at least.
All right. You've discovered that this poor man did not survive. This EMT got here and something attacked him. The bite marks look like it came from behind him, the 2 puncture marks into his neck, and he has a pale appearance to his skin, sallow, and eyes sunken in. He is the only one in this EMT vehicle. Turning around, looking in toward the ER, you can see that there is no one visible there. No one at the front desk, no one walking around.
We're in the rich part of town, right?
Yes.
I like to pull the fire alarm inside the building.
All right, so you're running into the building.
Yep.
All right, you run up to the building, and the doors don't open. Yep.
Let me in!
Doesn't seem to open.
Are there glass sliding doors?
Yes.
Okay. Insert superhero name here, Smash. Because I'm not getting sued. And I would like to punch the wall out. Maybe use my hand blade. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
Are you gonna
Emerald
use your
City
hand blade to-
Smash.
Say again? What?
Yeah,
I'm using my hand blade to
Break glass or break metal? Which do we want to break?
break the glass.
All right.
This will probably bite me in the butt later, but here we go.
All right. 11. I'm pretty sure that definitely bypasses the amount of barrier breaking requirements for glass. So we're gonna say, yeah, the windows are smashed in.
Okay. And then I'd like to run in and flip the first fire alarm I see.
Excellent. The sirens begin to screech out loud. And that's your turn. Arcole, you're on the floor.
Yeah, no, nothing
You can't
changed
see
for
anything.
His ears were ringing before, and his ears are ringing after. He's gonna try to. He's gonna try to make it to his feet because he just tumbled down a flight.
Okay.
Looking for body or.
Oh yeah, you can definitely feel something squishy and round and
Well,
like it's got hair and covered in blood right next to you.
I was meaning
And-
more like the roll to get back up, like a bot, like doing a roll for body. But
Oh,
I mean,
I was-
that also works.
Yeah, okay, so no, it's not a body roll to stand up. It's just something that you can do, but it takes a major action at this point in time for you to stand up.
Max,
Because
I have a
it's-
question.
Yes.
Because I pulled the fire alarm, do the emergency lights turn on like they normally do?
Oh, that's a great question, and I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Nice. Look
So,
at the big
as you're
brain
trying
on
to-
Nova.
Feel your way around and figure out what's going on, and get up. All of a sudden, the emergency lighting kicks on, and you can see everything. And what you see is Steel Tiger throwing himself down the stairs, like doing some amazing flying jump stuff, to be landing next to you and sliding through the blood, as what looks to be the ceiling in the stairwell behind him is crawling down towards you guys.
Still Tiger is seeing this?
No, he's not. He's running toward the door next to you.
You doing okay, buddy?
Sorry, I'm getting reoriented. So he's trying to get back to the door beside me. I trust Steel Tiger. I am going to, instead of using my major action to get up, I'm going to try to see if I can't throw a data spike their way.
They seem to have no matrix perception. Your data spike
Nothing.
flings across the way and just dissipates into the endless void of the matrix as these creatures begin dropping from their ceiling-like positions in a heroic-like stance, hitting the ground and then immediately standing full erect on the stairs as they begin hustling toward the two of you. Steel Tiger, you've jumped from the second floor, you hit the ground, you slid through blood, you're right at the door. Arcole's on the ground going, "Eh."
Like, oh, and then he's gonna like follow his sight line and then see all the wall crawlers, and he's like, oh shit, all Drek, and he's going to try to drag him out of the door with him.
Yep. Done. Minor action to grab him. Minor action to move through the doorway.
And then as I'm doing that, I'm like doing a fighting retreat, and I'm gonna blast this next one with the shotgun.
Okay. In their action, they will be on this doorway. All of them.
Oh, all of the, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have enough actions to switch to the grenade launcher and then like blast them right here. So yeah, this is still what I'm gonna have to do. So I'm gonna have to drag them. I'm gonna drag us out of the doorway.
Of
and then
course.
shoot towards them. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, nice. They're not in a good position to dodge, but I'm still going to give like the one you're shooting at a chance. I'm going to reduce his defense pool. 1. So you got 5 to plus 5, so that's 10 damage. He's going to make his bod. Three out of the 10, so he takes 7. You blast the face and shoulder out of this one and just turn him into 2 gory pieces as he gets flung back into the crowd.
All right. Be careful on the which cardinal direction stairwell is this?
We'll say the southern stairwell.
Okay. Like take care if you're trying to come into the south stairwell. It's gonna send to Noah.
How are you going to keep them from coming through the door?
At the moment, I cannot keep them from coming through the door. I'm gonna obviously try to kick it shut, but we're like the plan is we're gonna have to move and find a position that we can fortify. But like
Right.
now, we just need to.
So how would you
get out of
find
the
a position to fortify at this point in time? What skill set would you use, or what skill?
I would use my handy dandy Arcole to be to look at while I'm dealing with these. So I'd be like, hey Arcole, like you need to like where do we need to go? Like, is there like a office or anything nearby that you saw that would bunker up in?
There are, but
my,
that's on.
my microphone. Sorry, there are tons of
Yeah.
offices.
Choose one,
Oh.
anyone. Just pick yourself up and let's go.
Any door
There
right
are.
now. Right now, I'm searching through trying to find any single door that does not have a window top or
You're
something
in the
of the
basement.
sort.
You're in the basement. None of these doors.
None of these. Okay.
None of these doors. Okay, so. Yes, a number of them do have window tops, but they're mostly like leading from one major section to the next. There is a nearby janitorial closet that is rather sealable. And there's also the mortuary itself. If you can get behind those doors, you could probably close it off or find something more confining. There's also a vault down here for storing bodies.
If they're all fairly close to us,
Yeah, what do you want to pick?
let's go with the vault.
All right. Steel Tiger, it's a minor action for you to drag Arcole and run in the direction that he's telling you since he is giving you guidance. Arcole, you're going to need to make a matrix perception and beat at least 3 to give him... You are rolling so that he succeeds in getting you to this vault as a minor action.
How many?
3. 5.
And then I'd be rolling in athletics or something to drag him.
Nope. You're successful. His dice roll means that you succeed. You guys rush over to a body vault, and it's basically a freezer that they keep bodies in. And so when you fling it open, there's a bunch of beds and those standing coffins and stuff like that, and it's a door that you can pull shut.
And I do so. With
All right.
verve.
You're in. When the door shuts, a dim light stays on. You can find it's got a switch for the room that you're in, and then it's a bar that you can brace and then shove something through to keep it from opening. And then it's a strength test. You'll get a bonus to strength test and stuff like that. Nova, Arcole, and Steel Tiger are no longer part of the pan, and neither are you. Convoy even goes, hey, did Arcole just go offline?
Oh boy. So did I manage to get a glance through anyone's eyes of if these were like Vampire Classic or Nosferatu looking vampires?
Well,
Memory
yeah,
check.
I was sharing you my vision from.
Yep, make a memory check. I'm looking for at least a 5. A 2.
You're just gonna get a 2. Yeah.
Yep. You're very aware they are vampires, but you're not sure if they're the classic or Nosferatu.
Okay. Well, the solution to any vampire is just like the solution to any being in general. If you stab anything through the heart, it'll stop. Convoy, what do you think the response time is from the police?
He's like, I'm tracking it right now. It's not going up fast enough, so give me 1 second. He pulls out a semi-automatic weapon, steps out of his truck, and begins opening rounds.
Incredible.
And that begins. He's like, this is gonna help. The one thing that'll do is either drive down house prices in the area or get the police here faster.
Well,
That's funny.
I hope it gets the cops faster. I go to the front desk where the directory is, and I look up where they keep the blood.
All right. Blood bank is stored in the basement as well, because that's where the freezers are at. No, they wouldn't do that. They'd probably store the blood bank in 2 locations. You'd have like a primary on the first floor and a secondary probably about halfway up the building. So there's one
Okay.
here on the first floor.
All
Or
right.
they split them up between the high quality and like peasant blood or something like that.
I go and get blood.
All right. So you head toward the blood bank. A man in ragged white shirt and torn pants is in the hallway, nomming on someone. The person lays in the middle of the floor, and as you walk into the hallway, he's probably about 5 doors away from you, and you're 2 doors away from the blood bank. He stops nomming on the person, leans back, looks at you with his yellowed eyes, blood-covered face, and long fangs, and makes a low hiss noise.
I go, hey, vampires are people too.
He begins rushing you.
I rush the blood bank.
All right. Let's do an initiative real quick.
Oh boy. Okay.
I think there is a limit to tolerance. Just say it.
5 plus 10, 15.
What's that? 32.
Right.
Before we get into this fight, I think it might be time for just one last 5-minute break. If that's all good with everybody.
Sounds
I
good to
mean,
me.
we've been in the fight. Like, you were in the fight when you walked in the building. You just didn't look up.
Well, now we're rolling an initiative.
You slide into the room. Do you pull the door shut behind you?
I sure do.
All right, you slide into the room, pull the door shut behind you, and we will come back after this commercial break.
Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It looks. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols in blood, obviously, that are
Oh,
then coated
obviously.
and shellacked over so that they don't flake off. That way it can last for centuries. And we use a nice clear coat though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in with the blood. We mix in the iridescent paint, so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
Let's go.
Do 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 do, and take it away, Amber.
Womp womp. Anyway, so I'm sure everyone's really excited to find out who the winner is for this giveaway tonight. As a reminder, you were in the running to win a Shadowrun 6e core rulebook, a PDF copy. Let's see. The winner for this evening is, drumroll please. Enough, you're all fired. Terrible.
Oh.
Whiplash? No way, that guy would get rid of y'all. Anyway, the winner for tonight is Shift 70 Up. You are the winner, so congratulations. One of our mods is going to reach out to you via Twitch Whispers.
Congratulations.
Make sure to leave those whispers on.
Yeah, leave those suckers. No, otherwise. So,
No, that's Kara's whisper.
yeah, that might be some entertainment music for you in the freezer. As you slide into that door, whip around, toss our coal to one side, grab it, pull the door shut, and jab a section of this shelving into the doorway, the door itself begins to pull back out just a little bit and buckle as something on the outside has grabbed a hold and begin pulling, and the metal shelf begins slamming. It's like a steel standing rod and wire metal shelves. The stuff on it begins to fall onto the ground as whatever has grabbed the door from the outside begins pulling vigorously and trying to get it to open.
Is there like a vent in this room?
No. I mean, well, there probably is, but it's probably like a 6-inch by 8-inch.
Okay. Nothing I could shove our coal in.
Yeah, you can shove him through it. You're strong enough. He might not be the same shape on the
without
other
hurting
side.
me?
Oh, that's
Like that spaghetti noodle maker.
yeah, that's exactly what it would be.
Okay. So.
Please do not
Can
make
you get what you
Arcolini.
need while we're in? Yeah, can you get what you need while we're in here, Arcol?
In the vault with the dead body. Yes. I do not know exactly how long it would take me, but let me try ciphering through some of this information.
Okay. And how big is this room?
Probably about 2 meters by 3 meters, and it's filled with vials and serums, syringes, organs on frost and stuff like that. So it's not completely a 2 meter by 3 meter spacious, frosty little place. It's got clutter.
Okay. So the room is too small to use a grenade in safely. Okay. All right. So yeah, I was gonna be like, all right, do what you need, get into the furthest corner, and then I just wait with the grenade launcher. But like we catch too much backlash. So I'm just gonna have him. Hey, Arkle, just do what you need to do, and then he's just gonna cover the door with the shotgun. It's still his best option right here. He's gonna switch it to burst fire though.
And this would be the time to pull out that sprite to assist me in snagging that data.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. You pull the sprite out, and as it begins processing, you're just like, okay, begin searching. And it begins downloading from you through the dongle that you have upstairs to begin doing the processing. And then your brain clicks in and goes, oh, shit. This freezer walls are thick. It's taking a hot second for this program to even load onto this host. He's currently busy pulling on the door and keeping his shotgun close by. He has no idea that your frame rates have dropped down to like single digits. Let's just use that as an example, being inside this freezer. Can you do it? Yeah. Is it going to be... This might take a little bit longer. But luckily, Grouse is still out there. He might have an advantage.
As far as pulling the data, he wouldn't have access to the sprite out there.
Not until the sprite crosses over and gets past all the interference that this room is creating.
I have a feeling that this is going to be extremely tough without this sprite. I'm going to ask Steel Tiger just for a moment, quick enough to get the sprite sent over to Gross. It's just for a split second.
Wait, what was that?
Just pull open the door just for a moment.
You
Just
and he's
just
like, all right, and he's got the
just
shotgun
enough to
and-
get signal out.
and is it a pull or a push?
For you, it's a push.
Okay, so he's gonna got the shotgun. He's gonna like just kind of lean into the door just a little bit, get ready to blast anything that tries to stick its face through.
Whoever they are, they're pulling on it. So if you even pop the door a little bit, they're just going to pull as hard as they possibly can. You realize this, right? So. you
Oh,
just
okay.
kinda-
Well then, yeah, just it's kind of open a little bit already, right?
No, it hasn't actually broke its seal. It's
Ah.
a thick door.
Arcole says, Steel Tiger, if this doesn't seem reasonable, it's okay. We just need, we either need time
Door has glass
or
in
we
it.
need to be able to pop this door open. But it is, I do not want to get eaten today.
Me neither.
So if you think that is too much, perfectly
Well, then,
fine
yeah.
by me. Sun will be up soon. If I know anything from all those vintage vampire movies that Gross is trying to get me to watch, then I know that there'll be ash in a few hours.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, no. They're just gonna rip the door open. And how it? Can I make a check to see if I remember just how many? If there was a set amount of vampires that were on the other side of the door.
Yeah, so it would be a memory test. I'm looking for 4.
Aha! Exact scenes.
At least 8 of them.
Yeah, we're not opening the door.
No, it's fine. We can wait in here. It'll be time. Nova's out there, but I know that Nova can fend for herself. And then I go ahead and start working on crashing that, on obtaining that data.
All right.
Along with that sprite.
Yeah, Nova
Great.
has been
You're
defending
waiting.
herself for hundreds of years. She should be fine.
Waiting for it to download. Paying attention to the door. The banging and the pulling as they're fighting with it dies to a lull, and you can hear something heavy moving on the other side, and you can. It's more like you can hear through the door like a ka-thump, 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 ka-thump. That makes a bit of vibration through the door that your microphone ear begins picking up. Something large and heavy moves over to the door, and behind you, so you're facing the side the door opens on, and behind you, you hear a crap. The door itself sticks out of the freezer, and so you feel and you look to that section of door, it begins to slowly move outward. That side where the hinges are at. And then from the other side, something grabs and begins pulling on it at the same time. So something is causing the entire door at the same time to be being pulled out of its hinges and roots. All right. We're going to call game.
I am
almost
so
love it.
stressed out. I am so stressed out.
Kinder, that joke was killing me.
Oh no! I saw that joke in the middle of that of hearing the imminent death outside of the door.
And my psyche was assailed on both sides, and I just couldn't handle it.
Oh my goodness.
I like the pasta references. Those were really good. Novellini, Convarone.
Just take a breath.
Wow. Okay, so since I don't leave players behind, even if they're not here, I will definitely be sharing what you guys did. Great job. We had a cool inspirational from Steel Tiger at the beginning, trying to convince the girl, about being good to her parents. They're trying stuff like that was good. So that's going to be a bonus there in the number. You guys resisted all urges to suddenly indoctrinate the child into your terrible criminal ways. There's another point there, by the way. That's a really good call. Because, you kind of want to be good people, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you had worked to indoctrinate her, you would also gotten a point too, but, you're getting a point because you didn't.
Did attempting to knock her out give us anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just Nova?
Yeah.
Just Nova then?
Yeah. And so those two plus the average is 3 to 5. I think you guys did really well. You got motivated to determine what you're doing. You reached out to Icarus. I'm going to say 5 plus the 2 is 7. So 7 karma for tonight's session.
Thank you.
And because this is a pretty tense, this is going to be a mid-battle refresh. Everybody will regain at least one of your edge. So the next time we get back together, you have at least one going for you, plus whatever you can get from your differences between attacks and defenses and stuff like that between you guys and the rest of the Nosferatu.
Oh,
Now you know what they are.
we're in
I mean,
trouble.
you knew.
Yeah, I had an idea.
Because they were not like, oh, hello. Would you like to go down to the stuffer shack and get a quick 00 negative? While they're wearing their
Hello.
trashy, posh curtains with all the little frills and their fake wigs. It's natural. They get bit by a vampire. You get HMHV, whatever, and wig appears on your head, and your sudden desire to wear curtains and drapes.
They're
Talking of
stylish.
bad accent. All right. That's game. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us.
Thanks for creating a great game, Max.
Oh, thank you. I got buy Pure Alchemy soap. We already said that, so it's good. Anybody else? No?
I mean, also buy Pure Alchemy soaps because they're awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about these Pure Alchemy soaps.
Everyone, buy Pure Alchemy soaps.
Can I just say, I really don't think that I would have been able to make it here today without Pure Alchemy soaps.
We were talking earlier, and Chris was very entertained at the idea that my wife, who runs Pure Alchemy soaps, makes a gunpowder and steel. It's called Warforge. It is a very unique smell. And so if you're looking for some of that manly soap, definitely go to her Etsy store and check it out. Bam.
Indeed.
Bam.
All right. Good night, everybody.